so glad my husband's family called our baby ugly. When my son Elliot was born, my husband made one thing clear. No photos of the baby online, no matter what. You know how crazy people are these days. Our child deserves privacy, he told me. And I honestly thought it was sweet, so I agreed. We'd keep it intimate, just close family. So for a year, no one saw anything from us online. Everything was stored away on our phones or printed out in a little photo album. And I loved it, until I found out the truth. 3 days before our son's first birthday party, I got an urgent text from my husband's sister that read, "Cancel the party." I stared at the message feeling confused and called her. "What's wrong? Is someone sick?" She immediately started bawling on the line, apologizing over and over while I stood there slowly getting more anxious. I can't do this to you anymore, she stammered, then began spilling everything. Every awful secret my husband's family had hidden for an entire year. Your husband, my brother. He made a group chat when little Elliot was born. He sent us photos of the baby, complaining about how ugly Elliot was. She paused and sent me screenshots of the chat with my husband going on and on about how our baby had the face of a Teletubby. She explained how for the past year, her entire family had been laughing and saying awful things about me and my child, comparing him to creatures, making bets on if he'd ever grow out of it, and my husband had started it all and had been the most active participant. And now they were planning on going to the party just to laugh at my son in person. I was livid. My hands were shaking so hard from how furious I was, how betrayed I felt. But then something else took over, something cold and clear. I told her the party was still happening, but asked her to stay home that day. Trust me, this is one party you'll want to miss. I advised her I spent the next 3 days preparing. I set up cameras in every room, hiding them in spaces I knew no one would ever check. On the day of the party, I made sure everything was ready to record soon. Our friends and family members started showing up. Everyone brought gifts and smiled at me. They cooed over Elliot. Wow, he's getting so big now. Look at those cheeks. Throughout the party, I made sure I played the perfect hostess, serving them cake, giving them plenty of time to be alone with the baby. Then the night after everyone left, I sat down with all the footage and watched every second. The moment I was turned away, my husband's family members spat out things like, "He really is so unfortunate looking." "You mean he has her unfortunate features," his mother corrected. They all laughed. His brother poked our baby's nose and said it reminded him of a bulldog. My husband leaned back on the couch, laughing with them. I know, trust me, it's even worse when you see it every single day. Honestly, when I first saw him fresh out of my wife, I thought, no way someone like me could have a baby like that. Put it back. They laughed even harder. Then he said something that made me freeze. So of course I took a paternity test. The results should be here any day now. If it comes back that he's not mine, well, now we know where he gets all the ugly genes from, right? I spent that entire night editing, creating a montage of all the cruel comments, every disgusted face, every joke, and I made sure to really highlight my husband's comments the most. Then I wrote a caption explaining everything: the photo ban, the secret sharing, the group chat. The entire year I spent hiding Elliot, believing it was for safety reasons. I included the first photo I'd ever taken of our son at the hospital, smiling with his perfect little face. Then I posted it at a time when I knew everyone was busy on their phones. I tagged every single person who'd been at that party. Then I sent it to my husband's sister, who had been kind enough to warn me. The response was immediate. My friends were horrified. Strangers started flooding my husband's family's accounts. Somehow they'd found his mother's business page and bombed the reviews. Then they sent it to his brother's workplace, demanding that they remove him. By the evening, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing with his family begging me to take it down. But my husband was even busier. They'd spent all day calling him, screaming at him, blaming him for instigating everything. When he got home from work, he tried to get me to delete it. Even tried to take my phone and delete it himself, but the password wouldn't work. I found him later in our bedroom, sitting on the floor with his phone face down beside him, tears streaming down his cheeks. When he saw me by the doorway, he started begging, "Please, I'm so sorry, I'll do anything. Just delete the posts." That's when I noticed the unopened envelope on the dresser, the paternity test. I picked it up and tucked it in my sleeve. "You betrayed me. Face the consequences," I told him. I walked out the room and shredded the letter that would have told him that he was right all along. The baby wasn't his.